So it's technically spring, but I know a lot of y'all are not ready to give up your vanilla fragrances. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about some vanilla fragrances that I still think will work perfectly for the spring. If you're interested, then just keep watching. My name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, today we'll be talking about vanilla fragrances. I have a ton of vanilla fragrances, and I feel like if you've been into fragrance for at least a year now, you probably have a ton too, because 2023 and 2024 already has been the year of the vanilla fragrance. So I have quite a few fragrances to share with you. I do think that all of these are appropriate for springtime. I know spring looks different for all of us. Some of you all are still getting snow. Some of you all are already getting hot weather, but either way, it is a time of transition, and I feel like all of these fragrances work perfectly for that. So I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on each fragrance because I think I have about 17 fragrances to talk about. So let's go ahead and get into these fragrances. So the first one that I have here is from Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and this is Gentle Fluidity Gold. So this fragrance is definitely a classy vanilla. When I smell this fragrance, I get an aromatic juniper berry, fresh smelling vanilla. There's also some sort of floral note in here, and to me it smells like a rose and vanilla kind of combination. Now this fragrance often gets compared to fragrances like Intense Cafe from Montal or Deluxe from Tiziana Terenzi, and all of those are kind of those coffee rose vanilla combos. And although this does not have a coffee note in it, I definitely get those vibes as well. But if you've tried any of those other fragrances I mentioned and the coffee note was too strong for you, but you like everything else, I would say check this one out, because this one to me just feels much more refined. It gives coffee vibes, but not like distinct coffee. And I just think of this as a very elegant, easygoing vanilla. This is the type of fragrance that I wear when I go to doctor's appointments. I can wear it to the grocery store, but also it is beautiful and classy enough to wear to a formal occasion. It's very versatile. It is inoffensive. It could be a signature scent for somebody if you're really into that. So again, that is Gentle Fluidity Gold from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This next fragrance is from Place des Lices, and this is Vanille. So this fragrance is not that easy to find. If I'm able to find it, I will link it for you all, but I will say when I ordered this, it came directly from Italy. However, it was not extremely expensive, so I don't find that to be like a real problem. So I'll link it for you guys below if you're interested. But anyway, this is a beautiful vanilla, and you can see I got this bottle last year. I have used up quite a bit. It's darkened some. When I got this, I believe it was clear, but this is a creamy, fluffy, citrusy vanilla. So if you like things that are like lemony vanillas, I feel like that's the thing this year where we're having a bunch of lemon based vanilla fragrances. If you like something like that, but you don't want anything like harsh or strong or too astringent, then maybe check this out, because to me, there is a definite like citrusy vibe that is probably lemon, but it also could be like a mix of lemon and lime. But basically, that's just giving it a bit of brightness. The overall theme that I get from this is more of a fluffy vanilla. This is a very airy scent. It wears very well on the skin. I love to wear this to bed because I find it to be quite calming, but I've worn it out even during the hot summer during the day, and it's been perfectly fine. It's never offensive. It's an easygoing vanilla. So no matter what kind of weather you're dealing with right now, I feel like this could be a great option. And again, it's not extremely expensive. It is unique. And although it's kind of a more simple fragrance, it's done in a very elegant manner. So again, that is Place des Lices Vanille. This next fragrance is from Penhaligon, and this is called Eau Audacity. So this fragrance is one that I absolutely love. This is definitely a darker vanilla. However, I don't find it to be too dark for warmer days. This is actually a year-round vanilla for me. So when I smell this fragrance, I get a leathery, deep vanilla, but infused into that is a little bit of an herbal nature, a bit of an aromatic touch. I believe it has lavender at the top of this fragrance, but in my opinion, it doesn't lean like barbershop lavender, but it does give it a bit of that aromatic nature that I find to make it smell just a bit more fresh. And there's something about the way this fragrance is formulated that it gives off this airy vibe. Although it is a darker vanilla and it's a leathery vanilla, it still has this airy vibe to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have compared this fragrance to Baby Cat from YSL, as have a lot of people. And I do have a video about it. I will link it. But just long story short, if you like YSL Baby Cat and you want something similar, check this one out. To me, this one is lighter than Baby Cat. It's easier to wear. It's more year-round appropriate, and it's definitely like daytime appropriate as well. Whereas I feel like Baby Cat gets so like spicy and incensey and dark that to me in the warm weather, I definitely wouldn't wear that one during the day. So anyway, Eau the Audacity is a beautiful fragrance. Would highly recommend this if you have not tried it yet. It smells so good. Now that I'm wearing this, I kind of wish this was my scent of the day, but it's not. But it smells so good. So again, that's Eau the Audacity from Penhaligon. This next fragrance is from Celine, and this is called Black Tie. So I feel like the name kind of says it all for this fragrance. This is a vanilla fragrance. And a lot of times when we think about vanilla fragrances, we think of gourmand, sweet, cozy, cuddly fragrances. At least that's what I think of. Black Tie is a vanilla fragrance, but it has this air of sophistication to it. This could be a kind of vanilla that you could wear to a formal occasion, but it's also the kind of vanilla that you can wear with a t-shirt or jeans. It's also the kind of vanilla that you can wear to bed. It's so versatile because it's not doing the most in any type of way. So besides vanilla, I feel like there is a bit of a sweet, nutty undertone, but not too much. There's also a pretty clean vibe to this fragrance, which I don't really know how to explain, but it just all feels very well put together. I don't know if I'm doing a good job describing this fragrance, but to me, it is a very put together, elegant, luxurious vanilla fragrance. That's what it is. Like, you get that sweet vanilla, but this is not childish in any way. And if a man is into vanilla fragrances, I definitely could see him being able to pull this off because it's like straight down the middle unisex to me. It's gorgeous. So again, that is Celine Black Tie. This next fragrance is from Diptyque, and this is Eau Duelle. Now I have mine in the Eau de Toilette, but I feel like the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum smell pretty much the same with some slight differences, but I feel like either one of those would work for spring. But I have the Eau de Toilette, so that's what we're gonna be talking about. This one is a beautiful vanilla, but it's green. It's herbal, and it is aromatic and quite airy. I actually like to wear this one in the summer too. It's not too heavy for summer for me. And this gives me like spa vibes. This is my spa type vanilla. Very calming, very clean girl aesthetic. This is not gonna be for everybody because I have heard some people say this was too green for them or too herbal. But for me, it is like the perfect balance. When I smell this, I just get a beautifully balanced vanilla fragrance that, in my opinion, is never offensive, very easy to wear. I could wear this to the gym, but I could also wear this to bed and feel quite comfortable either way. So again, that is Eau Duelle from Diptyque. This next fragrance is from Tom Ford, and this is Vanilla Sex. Now, I know this one is a controversial one. Again, I do have an entire video dedicated to this fragrance that I will link for you all, but this got mixed reviews, and I feel like I heard more bad reviews than good reviews. But for me, I love the smell of this fragrance. When I smell it, I get a creamy, kind of milky vanilla almond mix. And the almond may be even a little bit more prevalent than the vanilla. But either way, I am definitely getting a creamy, milky almond vanilla mix. And then in the background, as this fragrance starts to dry down, I do get a mix of some white florals that come out. But to me, it doesn't become a completely floral fragrance. It's still that almondy, milky vanilla vibe with just a little bit of florals to it. Now, I do love the smell of this fragrance. I do think it's overpriced because it does not perform well. And even to this day, like I got this when it first came out, even to this day, it still doesn't perform well. And I wish y'all could see my dent, but I am about right here in my bottle, which saddens me because this is so freaking expensive. And I will not be buying another full bottle at retail price. So I'll be waiting until this goes to the discounters. It will have to last me until then. But I absolutely love the smell of it. So I didn't want to leave it out just because it's a bad value, because I love the smell of it. And if you got money to spend or you want somebody to gift something to you, then maybe check this one out. Just because you're hearing bad reviews of the fragrance doesn't mean it's a bad fragrance. It's just that, you know, when something doesn't perform well and they're charging these astronomical prices, I get it. Like, people don't like that. I completely get that. And if I didn't review fragrances, I think I would have a harder outlook on that. So, you know, you spend your money how you want to, but I did want to include this fragrance because if you have it, I definitely feel like spring would be a great time to wear this. So again, that is Vanilla Sex from Tom Ford. This next fragrance is from House of Sillage, and this is Cream Chiffon. Now, this was sent to me from the brand quite a while ago. It's probably been like 2 years, or whenever this first came out is when they sent it to me. So I do not have to talk about it, but I do like to be transparent when things are sent to me. So this fragrance was sent to me, but I absolutely love it. And this is the type of vanilla fragrance that I actually prefer to wear when it's warmer because I think it performs better. So this fragrance is another one of those citrusy vanilla fragrances. And to me, I definitely pick up lime in this fragrance. I pick up vanilla, but I also pick up something that's like whipped cream. So don't think like a dense vanilla. This is definitely more of a fluffy whipped cream kind of vanilla. It smells delicious though. It is a soft scent, but there is something about this fragrance that I don't know what it is. It's a soft one, but every time I wear this fragrance, if I leave my house, somebody compliments me, a stranger usually. Somebody compliments me. I remember one year when I had this fragrance, my daughter was in summer camp. That was when I first got this fragrance. I was wearing it a lot. When I would walk into the daycare, at least one staff member would compliment me every single time. And they saw me all the time, so they know I smell good all the time, but they would feel the need to say something to me every single time. So this is one of those ones that although it's soft and although it seems like it's not doing the most, like people smell it on you. Like I've been complimented on this from like cashiers. I've been complimented on this from my husband, my daughter. So it really is one of those ones that every time I get a compliment on this fragrance, it surprises me because to me, it seems so light and just like a scent I wear for myself, but people notice it. So just thought I would throw that out there. It is beautiful. It is still available and goes on sale quite often. So make sure you check out my description box. I'm not sure if it's on sale right now, but if it's not on sale right now, when you click my link, wait, because it will go on sale and it is definitely a great one for warm weather. So again, that is Cream Chiffon from House of Sillage. This next fragrance is from BDK, and this is Rouge Smoking. So this fragrance is more of a cherry nutty vanilla. And I don't know about you all, but whenever I think about cherry mixed with vanilla, I think of it as more for fall, winter, because it tends to be sweeter and darker, right? This fragrance though, kind of gives me soda vibes. So it gives me kind of like cherry root beer vibes, and it has this sparkling nature to it. It's quite transparent when you wear it. So in my opinion, I've actually found that to me, this fragrance performs better in the warmth than it does in the cold. In the cold weather, I find this to be almost like it falls a little bit flat. Like you definitely get that cherry, almond, vanilla mix going on. And it's cozy and it's beautiful and it's something I like to wear to bed. But in the summer or the spring when I wear this and I go outside, it is popping off my skin, and I love that for me, okay? Because to me, it takes on a whole different vibe. So this is one of those fragrances that I feel like depending on the weather and the environment can perform completely different on you. This is one that I wrote off. I bought this fragrance years ago and I just couldn't get with it. Like I like the smell of it, but to me, the performance was just trash. I ended up selling it and later on repurchased it. And this repurchase is one of the best repurchases I've ever made. I love this fragrance. And I just really think that if you have been having issues with performance with this fragrance, wear it when it's a little bit warmer, when you don't think it will work, and you might be surprised. Come back and tell me how it works out for you. But I definitely don't think this is too heavy for warm weather, even if you're in a very hot place like I am. So again, that is Rouge Smoking from BDK. This next fragrance was also sent to me a while ago, so I do not have to talk about it, but I'm including it anyway. So this is from the brand Ledda, and this is called 18 Vanilla Nera. So this fragrance is a gorgeous, well-balanced vanilla. To me, this has a bit of a spiciness to it. And when I say spiciness, I can't pick out particular spices, but I do feel like I can smell pepper. Like to me, that's the only spice that I feel like I can pick out. Maybe also cardamom, I don't know. But it has those kind of darker spices to it. But it also has enough sweetness to it to give it a bit of a gourmand vibe without going like cupcakey or anything like that. This is a very sophisticated vanilla. And then it also has like this musky undertone to it that just gives it that warmth that you may crave. However, nothing is too far in any direction, which to me makes this fragrance very easy to wear. This is the type of vanilla fragrance that I could see myself wearing any time of year, any occasion. It's formal enough to wear out, but it's also cozy enough to wear in. And I think that's a really special vanilla. So although when I explain it, it may not sound like anything special, I feel like it's really special because it's hard to get vanilla right and make it work in all these different types of occasions. So this is one of those ones that if you're looking for like one vanilla scent that will do all it needs to do, you'll still get your vanilla vibes, but you'll be able to wear it out. You'll be able to wear it with your t-shirt and jeans. Maybe think about this one. I feel like if you like something like Dior Addict, you may like this. I mean, of course, they're not the same, but to me, they kind of give me the same vibes without being like, this is nowhere near as formal or as stuffy as Dior Addict or as strong. But I feel like for some reason, they put me in the same mindset. And I feel like this fragrance is actually very reasonably priced as well, which is important. So again, that is 18 Vanilla Nera from Ledda. This next fragrance is from Atar collection, and this is called Crystal Love for Her. So this fragrance is definitely a vanilla that goes more in that gourmand direction. When I smell this fragrance, I always find it kind of hard to explain, but I will try my best. I get a sweet, like creamy vanilla, almost like an ice cream like vanilla, but there also smells like there could be like a bit of a cocoa powder in this fragrance. And also maybe like some fruits in the background. Nothing that I can pick out specifically, but there is this underlying sweetness that's in this fragrance that doesn't smell like it's attributed to chocolate or vanilla. Even though when I smell this, I feel like I could pick up on like a cocoa powder and I pick up on a gourmand vanilla, but there's something else in the background that is giving it a different kind of sweetness. And I find it to be really unique. It's gourmand and edible smelling without doing the most. It wears pretty transparently on the skin, which means that I am able to wear this even during the summer without it becoming too cloying. So if I want my fix, like I want my gourmand fix, but I don't want to do myself in and make myself nauseous or give myself a headache with too much like sugary sweetness, this is definitely one I can go for. So I definitely think it's one you should check out if you're looking for a more gourmand vanilla to go into the warmer months. So again, that is Crystal Love for Her from Atar collection. This next fragrance is from Guerlain, and this is called Angelique Noire. So again, this is a vanilla fragrance, but this has a definite green touch to it. So first, let's talk about the vanilla. Vanilla in here is sweet, but not necessarily super gourmand leaning, but it is sweet, but it has some spiciness to it. It has a little bit of slight booziness to it. It's a darker vanilla, but that vanilla is mixed with this fresh green note. Now, I personally have never smelled Angelica. I don't know what it smells like, but when I think about the greenness that I smell in this fragrance, I just imagine going out into my yard where all my green plants are and sticking my nose in it. To me, it just smells like a fresh, thriving plant, but mix it with vanilla. Now, for some people, I know the greenness is a bit too much in this fragrance. And I will say, when I first got this fragrance, I sprayed it on paper and I thought the green was a little bit too green. Not that I hated it, but it wasn't giving me what I was expecting. However, on my skin, this really like warms up. So I would say that if you have tried this on paper and it was too green for you, see if you can try it on skin, because I will say that when I tried it on skin, the vanilla really just blossom, like it became more vanillic. The greenness was still there and it still gave me that fresh element that I think makes this perfect for spring wear, but it calmed down a lot on my skin. Now, of course, it's going to be different on everybody's skin, and I do not think this is a safe blind buy, but it is beautiful nonetheless. And the bright greenness to me definitely makes this springtime appropriate. Like, I think I prefer this in the spring out of any other season. So again, that is Angelique Noire from Guerlain. This next fragrance is from Nikolai Perfumes, and this is called Vanille Tonka. So yeah, Vanille Tonka, of course, it has vanilla and tonka in it, right? But to me, that doesn't tell the whole story. When I smell this, I definitely get a sophisticated vanilla. So to me, this is not a gourmand vanilla. It's vanilla, it's giving you sweetness, but it's definitely not going cupcakey or anything like that. You get tonka, but to me, the tonka just gives this a base that gives it a bit of a nutty vibe. Like a nutty, darker vibe mixed with a darker vanilla. But there are are like bright citruses. Like this fragrance to me comes off quite zingy. If I had to compare this to anything, I would say this fragrance reminds me of Nishane Ani. Not that they are the same, but in the way that Ani is like bright green and fresh and citrusy at the opening, and then you have this beautiful thick cloud of vanilla. To me, this is definitely in the same class as Ani. They're not exactly the same, and of course I do have both and love both, but comparing the two, I don't think this one gets as thick as Ani. So if Ani is doing too much for you, maybe check this one out, because I feel like they smell kind of similar without being the exact same, and they're both gorgeous. And this brightness to this fragrance is really what makes me love it for warmer weather. I actually can wear this one year round, and when it's cold, it performs well. It's not like it feels inappropriate in the cold, but it also doesn't feel inappropriate in the warmth either. So a beautiful fragrance. I don't hear many people talk about this. And honestly, like y'all see my tiny bottle. The only reason I have not used this bottle up is because it's tiny. Like I have realized that I have a problem. When I have tiny bottles, I don't use them. So I need to put this on my fragrance tray so I can use it up. And then probably upgrade to a bigger bottle, because I feel like this is the type of fragrance that I want to have in my collection forever. But it's gorgeous. So again, that is Vanille Tonka from Nikolai Perfumes. This next fragrance is from Xerjoff, and this is Dhamma Bianca. Now I did just talk about this in my spring video, but I felt like I still needed to include it in this one, because when I think of springtime vanillas, honestly, this was the first one that came to my mind. This is a beautiful floral vanilla that has a kumquat in it that just gives it this very citrusy but different opening. The florals in here are like white florals, but to me, they don't overtake the vanilla. And the vanilla in here is sweet, but it's not like fluffy, cloudy sweet. It definitely has a bit of depth to it as well. It has a little bit of spice to it as well that to me comes off a bit unexpected. Even when you look at the bottle, this looks like, oh, such a pretty, girly, feminine scent. And I do think it is. But the vanilla in here is doing something special. It is quite special. And although it sounds boring, it's not. Just get it. Just get it, okay? If you like vanilla and you want a springtime vanilla, get this one, okay? I feel like if I had to recommend a springtime vanilla fragrance to someone that didn't really know what they were looking for, this would always be my go-to recommendation. I know some people don't like this, but I find this to be quite likable by women. I wouldn't recommend this for a man, even though I think technically it's supposed to be unisex. I feel like this will work for pretty much any woman though. Even though they may not love it, I don't know anybody that would hate it either. So again, that is Dhamma Bianca from Xerjoff. This next fragrance is from Quintessence, and this is called Mirabel. So this fragrance is a very unique vanilla, but it is one that I love. This is also one of my year-round vanilla. So although I'm including in the spring vanilla fragrance video, I can wear this literally any time of the year. When I smell this, I get a bit of a spicy vanilla, a bit of a chocolate vibe, but also this quite unique minty thing going on. And I find this fragrance to be quite focusing for me. I feel like this is aromatherapy. And although mint can easily go left, because who wants to walk around smelling like toothpaste? Or sometimes mint can be very masculine. There's something about the way that this vanilla is so like sweet and dense and a little bit of that chocolatey note. When you mix all that with the mint, it does what it's supposed to do. This is not going to be for everybody. Like I said, it is quite unique, but it's one that I can't get enough of. Whenever I smell it, I want to smell it some more. Whenever I wear it, I want to wear it again. It's one of those for me. Not a safe blind buy, although you can find it for good prices. So I did blind buy this, but I would say this is not really a safe blind buy because I find it to be not something that everybody's going to get along with. But if it sounds like something for you, I definitely would recommend you trying it. This puts me in the mind of Junior Mints because I think I saw that on Fragrantica and now I can't get it out of my head. But think like very elevated, sophisticated Junior Mints. So again, that is Mirabel by Quintessence. This next fragrance is from Burberry and this is called Burberry Goddess. So this fragrance, of course, is a vanilla, but this vanilla features a lavender note. And to me, the lavender here is done really, really well. So you get that freshness that you can get from lavender, that bit of an aromatic quality, but nothing in this fragrance is sharp. Everything is very smooth, very easygoing. The vanilla that's in here is giving a bit of a gourmand vanilla, but not so much so. Like everything is very restrained, but in like the best way possible. To me, this scent is quite calming, it's quite cozy, but I also can wear it out to run errands and all that. And I know when this came out, it got mixed reviews. Some people said they didn't see anything special about it. But honestly, when I wear this, I feel like I smell amazing and I feel like it smells special, and I can't even tell you why, but I just love it. I just love it. And I think that if you can, I mean, Burberry fragrances are sold in so many places. So maybe just stop by your local counter one day, spray it on your skin, and let me know what you think. Just because people are saying this is basic doesn't mean that it's not gonna work for you. And this is one that is, although it's not the most complex scent in my roster, it is one that I absolutely enjoy. And sometimes I crave scents like this, and I'm really happy to have it in my collection. I think they did a really great job of bringing that gourmand vanilla into the designer space without doing the most. It's gorgeously done in my opinion. So again, that is Burberry Goddess. This next fragrance is from House of Sillage, and this one is called Hufflepuff. So this is part of their Harry Potter collection, and I love this fragrance. This also was sent to me a while ago, so don't have to talk about it, but I want to. So this fragrance to me is another citrusy vanilla. So when I smell this, I definitely get some sort of lemon, I get vanilla, but I also get ginger. And to me, the ginger kind of energizes this and makes it brighter, because the vanilla in here is quite sweet. So I feel like if you didn't have that ginger, this fragrance may be a little bit too heavy for hot weather, but because of that zesty ginger and that bright lemon that's in here, I find this to be perfect for spring, summer. And again, it's one that I actually prefer for the spring, summer, because when I wear this and my body is warm and we're outside, I feel like this just radiates. It's a really beautiful one. And I know I talked about another House of Sillage one. Let me pull it out real quick. So this was Cream Chiffon and this is Hufflepuff. Comparing these two just real quick for y'all, this one gives more fluffy, cozy citrus vanilla vibes. This one gives more bright, lively citrus vanilla vibes. So do you need both of them? I don't know. That's up to you. You don't need any fragrance, but they are different. They're not the same. You could have both and use them for completely different reasons, just to answer that question, if that was a question of yours. But anyway, Hufflepuff is beautiful, seems to be very well liked in the community, and the bottle's gorgeous as well. So again, that is Hufflepuff from House of Sillage. So I know we've talked about a lot of citrusy vanillas in this video, and I feel like that makes sense, like that tracks, because citrus does help to lift vanilla to make it more appropriate for warm weather. However, I have another citrusy vanilla for you, but I promise you this one is different, okay? So this one is Poets of Berlin from Vilhelm Perfumery. So again, another citrusy vanilla, but this one is giving lemon blueberry muffin goodness. This is so delicious. So when I smell this, I definitely get that lemon blueberry muffin kind of vibe vanilla. However, there is a definite green note in this fragrance. I believe it's bamboo, and that gives it a very unique vibe. There's also a depth to the vanilla in this fragrance. So to me, it smells almost a little bit smoky in the base, but not doing too much. So if you like heavier scents, I definitely think this is a vanilla you should check out, because it's a heavy scent, but it's brightened up by that lemon, the blueberry, and the greenness to make it appropriate for warm weather. This is definitely one that is heavy enough to wear in the winter, because it just has enough of a presence. But for me, I wear it when it's hot too, because it gives me that presence and it gives me that oomph, but it doesn't feel like inappropriately heavy because of that bright lemon and blueberry. Now, the lemon and blueberry to me is definitely more prominent at the opening of the fragrance. However, I will say when this fragrance dries down, I can always still detect the lemon and blueberry in there, which I don't know how they do it, because I feel like those notes kind of go away in most fragrances, but I can still detect the lemon and blueberry even in the dry down. However, as it dries down, it does come a little bit heavier, more vanillic, smoky, but you have that bamboo too. So this is one that probably could be a little bit heavy for some people when it's warm, but not for me, okay? I love this fragrance, and I think if you're looking for a very unique citrusy vanilla, this is one you should check out. So again, that's Poets of Berlin from Vilhelm Perfumery. And then the last fragrance that we're going to talk about today is from Alexandre, and this is called Zafeer Eau Vanille. So yes, this is a oudi vanilla, but I do find it to be appropriate for warm weather. I've even worn it out in the summertime during the day with no issue. So this fragrance has vanilla, obviously, but there's also a coconut note in this fragrance. And to me, it doesn't go like sunscreeny coconut. It's definitely more like meat of the coconut. But I find that combining the coconut note with the vanilla gives it a sort of tropical vibe, but then you throw in that oud, okay? And the oud in here is very smooth. It's very easygoing, but it is noticeable. So to me, when you combine all three of those things, it gives me this cozy, but also kind of sexy, but also kind of tropical vibe that just is perfection. I love this fragrance. I do wear this one year round, but I honestly prefer to wear it more in the warmth just because of the coconut in there. Like the coconut is not overpowering, but y'all know I have a lot of like wintertime scents. So this is one of those kind of fragrances that I could wear when I'm craving something heavier and thicker, but it doesn't go so heavy or so thick that it would annoy me in the hot weather or be offensive to others. It's just a really well done fragrance. It's all very smooth, all very well blended. So if you are a oud lover, definitely get your nose on this one because this is an easy to understand oud. Even if you're not an oud lover, this is an easy to understand oud fragrance that works year round. And like I said, I feel like it really shines in the warm weather, to be honest, because the coconut in here is just, it's doing something to me. I love this fragrance. So again, that is Zafeer Eau Vanille from Alexandre J. So those are my spring vanilla fragrance picks. And I realized that I did not include Nichane Ani in this video. And I feel like it goes without saying, y'all know I love Ani. I've talked about Ani so much. I've had it for years. I wear Ani year round. For some people, I know it's too thick for spring, summer, but definitely I still think that's an option. I just didn't include it, even though I kind of just talked about it. I just didn't include it though, because I feel like I've talked about it so much, but definitely Ani is always a fave. Anyway, let me know if you've tried any of the fragrances that I talked about. Do you have any other spring vanillas that you'd like to share with the community? If so, leave that in the comments as well. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I have a ton of content you can check out in your free time. Also, check out my website, www.simplyayesha.com. Get on my email list over there so that we never lose contact. If you want to connect with me more, follow me on Instagram. I'm in my stories a ton, and I love to chat with y'all on my DMs. And then also follow me on TikTok, where I keep my content very relaxed. I will have links for all of the fragrances listed in the description box down below, along with discount codes. And I'll have links for all my social media down there as well. So definitely make sure you check out my description box because there's lots of valuable information down there. I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.